Hi, how you doing? Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to my Nigeria Watch family across the globe. How are you doing? Welcome to the chat on Nigeria Watch. You know my name is Ima. If you're just joining in for the first time, hi, how you doing? I was going to say I'm your girl, but Kachi is your girl, so let's just leave it at Ima. Welcome to the chat. I welcome you to the chat. I'm excited to be here. Are you excited to be here? You guys know how we do it on the chat. This is where we have our family roundtable discussion. Yes, and we've got a couple of items on the table today that we have to deliberate on. But before we do so, hi, what's up to those on the comment section? How are you doing? Thank you for being here. Do well. Yes, on the comment section, the link has been posted. If you'd like to come into the studio for us to dissect the topics on here today, please click on the link and you'll be right here with me. But before you do so, take out a minute to like this broadcast. Yes, please, ladies and gentlemen, please like this broadcast, share, and invite someone on to the broadcast. Thank you very much. Welcome to the chat once again. Thank you for being here to each and every one of Mommy Diaspora. A special shout out to you, Mommy Dearest. Thank you very much. To the mommy of all mommies. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Thank you. Please do want to put your mic on mute as you come into the broadcast. And please, no insult on here. No insult at all, please. Thank you very much. Okay, we have a couple of Yes, we have a couple of please, now is about a good time for you to let people know that the chat is on. So poke somebody, call somebody, ping somebody. Yeah, whatever it is you have to do, just let them know that we are on and we have started, and it's going to be radical on the broadcast today. Yeah, I don't know if I'm supposed to say that, but yeah, it's going to be hot in the, on this broadcast today. So join in, dial in. I'll be waiting for you. All right, let's start with this story. Although we took it earlier today during our newspaper review, but it caught my attention. This of me and my guy, Boo Boo. Boo is talking about the 2023 budget, and well, it looks like federal government plans 1.35 trillion naira war chest against Boko Haram and bandits. Like, every time we are fighting this battle, is there no end to this battle? We are managing ourselves, and at this point, we don't even know if to say, oh, their reactions. A large percent of Nigerians are saying, see, don't fight these people again. Don't invest any more money into these people. Just leave them. We are going to fight them ourselves. No, this is approximately 1.4 million. This is 1.4 trillion naira. 1.4 trillion naira on a budget that we would not see result on. Please leave them. Don't fight for us. This is where my people will come together and say, God will fight for us, because it looks like, Boo Boo, you are not doing nothing. This money is going to disappear. We have mixed reactions to this story. Some Nigerians are coming out to say this is another avenue for them to steal on top of this insecurity issue in Nigeria. While some say this Boo Boo and his people and his family members, they want to, do their last clearing. But I'm sure there are, maybe 1%, maybe 2, 5, 10, 20, 50% of Nigerians who believe that, yes, this is a worthy cause, or the money is not even enough. Get more money, and, let's equip our fire ants. Come on, guys, come on to the studio. Let us talk. Welcome to the chat on Naija Watch. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Please do well, if you are yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel, do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you are yet to turn on your notification bell, what are you waiting for? Kindly do so right about now. And ladies and gentlemen, help me to concentrate on my part, because I will be watching the likes. So do well to like this broadcast. Thank you very much. Do what to like, do what to invite someone, talk to someone about Naija Watch. You know that this is one platform that is given for the people. Yes, we are not bankrupt by any politician. We are when they say the people for the people by the people, that is Naija Watch. So please do well to like this broadcast, share, and invite someone onto the broadcast. Do well to support us by clicking on the dollar sign to the right on the comment section. Thank you very much. All right, I look forward to your reaction to this story. Yes, I look forward to your reaction to the story. We'll take another story. Oh no, before we take another story, that reminds me. So Buhari, no, I don't call him that way. So Boo Boo, Bubu is going to take 1 point. It's going to, out of the money that this 1.35 trillion naira, they are going to borrow it. It's not like we have this money somewhere for security like we planned. No, we are going to borrow this money and give to these people. And as some of my panelists said earlier, that who are the people that will be giving this money to purchase this item that will end up not being purchased, that nothing is going to be done about it? Why is the president, going to push for this to happen? Has he not seen that the ones that they've given money for so far, nothing was done about it? Nothing was done about it. Go to the person that stole it. No, not stole. Oh no, this is the military. I have to be very careful. Not stole. So the person that purchased this equipment that we have not seen till today, I mean, they're still going to invest it in that same place when nothing has changed. And now that is not even the cruise of the matter. The fact that there's a report of 101 Boko Haram repentant. I don't know how they use repentant and terrorist and Boko Haram all in one sentence, but they, and who and what standard? What do they use to measure that these people are truly repentant? How do they check? Do they just come to them and say, I am, because I mean they were arrested, right, after a raid. So do they come to, after doing some months or some years in the prison, they now come out and say, I am no longer, I denounce my membership? Is that what they do? What qualifies one to be a repentant terrorist? All right, so 101 over the week was released. 101. So if they're going to be releasing these people, as they seem to be, repenting, yes, they seem to be repenting every now and then. If 101 is being released, and this is just one batch, it happens in like 300. Yeah, we've taken stories of them in hundreds. They're always in hundreds. Yeah. Okay, so that's gonna happen. So why are we still, I mean, what are the war chest, the war chest that is going to cost us trillions, that's going to cost us 4.4 trillion naira? Of what use is it? That's my question. I mean, if they are going to give their life to the country, so why then are we wasting the money buying these things? Or if you have a different thought, if you have a different submission to this, I'd like to hear your submission on this. So please do well to click on the link on the comment section. Let me be sure that I have even posted the link, because I don't know why my panelists are not on here already. All right, please click on the link or drop your comment on the comment section. I'll say it. So why are we doing this? Why are we bother? Why are they wasting money? Why are they wasting money doing this when they are it's going to be a love affair with these bandits at the end of the day? Now, talking about another sector, when the story broke that the federal government has employed Tompolo, to do this. Oh no, excuse me. When the federal government came out to say that they've employed Tompolo to be in charge and to see to the stop of theft of oil bunkering. Yeah, that's it. To stop the oil bunkering happening. It looks like Tompolo is giving us more results than our security outfits. Because there was a breaking news earlier today. There was a breaking news earlier today that Tompolo, they got hold of a vessel that had is it undeclared crude in it, and he was also the one that led people to this hideout that this oil bunkerers, where they stay or where they operate from. So he's actually giving results. But is it that Tompolo, how is Tompolo getting this information? He had to wait until he got this appointment, and then I hope it is not a case of creating a problem and providing solution. What do you think? And how is it that the federal government, the DSS, all of these people that are supposed to have intels do not even know of those? And I mean, let's even leave the House of Rep, let's leave the National Assembly, let's leave those ones that are going about doing, they say they want to sit with their eyes, want to see what is happening. So in the 7 years and counting now, I mean, let's use just this administration, of which report has it that this has been going on for over 32 years. But let's just say that some of these people, like the like of Lawan Ahmed, Lawan Ahmed actually has, I think, he with Dolphin is at, he has been a rep member for over 20 years, over 20 years, if I am correct. So if this thing has been happening back, it's backdate all the way to 32 years ago. So why are they acting like, they are just knowing about this? It was okay. Nigerians are still dealing with the fact that we have a president who is shocked by everything that is happening. Now the Senate president, the House of Assembly president, they're all also getting shocked at the things that are happening. No, 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 no. All our leaders cannot be getting shocked. I think things happening in Nigeria can actually be very shocking anyways, because these things that are happening, I don't know where else something like this can happen. All right, this is not our major story for today. We'll be going also, this is a compilation of the stories we'll be talking about. Mr. Charles, Mr. Collins, how you doing? Good day to you, sir.
I am fine.
I am fine.
How are you?
How are you?
I'm okay. I'm doing just fine. Thank you very much. Thank you for being here too.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Happy New Week.
Happy New Week. So, okay, so you went to work, I'm sure. That's why you were not with me for the newspaper review, right?
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah, I'm back.
Welcome. All right. See, I think at this point I am beginning to feel like I kind of know you people's schedule already, and it's good to know. I always look out for each and every one of you. So it's good to have you on this podcast. Thank you for being here, Mr. Collins.
You're welcome.
All right, sir. Please put your mic on mute. I'll come back to you soon. Okay, so we'll go to our major story for today. Ladies and gentlemen, please, I will need for you to pay attention to this story, to this write-up I am about to read. Yes, please. We might not be able to do lots of back and forth on this, so it is very, very important that you listen to me twice. And also, if you're just joining in on the chat, thank you for being here and welcome. Please do well to like this broadcast, do well to share and invite someone onto the broadcast. Please, thank you very much. Welcome to the broadcast again. All right. This is going to be a long read, but it's going to be worth it. Okay, before we take this, let me give you an idea of what the story I am sharing. We are talking about what's currently going on in the country. All right, that's an area view of Lokoja. Now, when we talk about flood, and when you hear people saying that this should there should be you call for emergency right now with the flooding situation of the country. Now, I just wanted us to have an idea. This is not the kind of flood that we say it rained, water got into some people's apartments, damaged a few properties. We are talking about the kind of flood that people drowned in and lost their lives. I will be playing that video again much later, but let's take this this very insightful piece I found and thought to share on here. The National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, is at its wit's end, while the State Emergency Management Agency, SEMA, can hardly cope with the onslaught of water. Nigeria is indeed facing a beyond-the-pale disaster. The spokesperson of NEMA, Manzo Ezekiel, has stressed that this is the highest we have ever had since 2012. It has now become a recurrent factor that Nigeria records. Please excuse me. I need if you can read this, I would like for you to have a copy. So should you want to go over it again? All right. the highest we've ever had since 2012. It has now become a recurrent factor that Nigeria records flooding every year. This is almost always as a result of the non-implementation of environmental guidelines, lack of preventive infrastructure, and the lackluster attitude in tackling the flood menace over the years. It is as though the authorities would never take preemptive measures to address the flooding. They are always caught napping once the floods appear. It is always a blame game for the authorities, who are quick to attribute the yearly flood to water overflowing from some local rivers, unusual rainfalls, and the release of excess water from Lado Dam in Cameroon. Our country's annual tragedy of rampaging flooding is at its worst this year. It is estimated that more than 300 persons have been killed by the floods that are somewhat beyond control. Out of Nigeria's 36 states, 27 are battling with the floods. Even Abuja is under threat of the flood sweeping from Kogi state capital, Lokoja. Large number of families have been affected and displaced persons keep increasing. Thousands of hectares of farmland have been destroyed. Hunger is a clear and present danger as the agriculture chain has been grossly disrupted. The issue of the release of water from Lagdo Dam in Cameroon is a twice-told story that needs to be tackled now at the highest diplomatic level between Nigeria and Cameroon. It flies in the face of reason that Cameroon official dome acts as they are unaware of the havoc wreaked on Nigeria by flooding waters coming from their dam. The arts rendering economic devastation and hardship must not continue. The federal government needs to take measures economically, politically, and diplomatically to check Cameroon's obvious disregard for Nigerian lives, property, and means of livelihood. On the local front, the Nigeria Hydrological Services Agency has predicted more floods in this year than last year due to the excessive rainfalls. NEMA has also alerted states of serious consequences in the weeks and months ahead. Two of the country's dams have also started to overflow. According to NEMA's Mustafa Habib Ahmed, I want to advise all the governments of the frontline states to move away communities at risks of inundation, identify safe higher grounds for evacuation of persons, and preposition adequate stockpiles of food and non-food items. So that is to say there was a pre-warning and nothing was done about it. Let's continue. Since each of the affected states can't tackle the flooding menace on their own, the federal government should step in and treat it as a national emergency. Since the Lagdo Dam in Cameroon is a major factor in the flooding, the government should officially communicate the level of economic and social devastation caused by the flood to the Cameroonian government. Nigerian government should call for a bilateral committee and Cameroon to holistically address the indiscretion of recklessly unleashing water on Nigerians every year. This is not the first time that Nigeria has suffered consequences of a natural disaster coming from Cameroon. Back in time, on August 21, 1986, Lake Ios in northwest Cameroon erupted, triggering the release of tons of carbon dioxide, which suffocated and killed 1,746 people and putting the lives of persons living in Nigeria's frontline states in grave danger. That will be the last slide on this. Nigeria can no longer afford to act the big African brother and continue to die in silence while our neighbors' assets destroying our people and their means of livelihood in this difficult time. Now, this beautiful piece was written by Sir Umosu, who is the Commissioner for Information in Anambra State. All right, that's it about the story. So, yeah, we have our governors. NEMA had written way before this happened, telling governors to evacuate communities and take them to, safer zone where, when things like this happens, they won't, they won't be affected, or this much casualties will not happen on the people, and it all fell on deaf ears. And you can tell till now, some of the governors, like Kogi State governor the other day was doing the no rush challenge. That's his state that has that much flood. But it's on Instagram in one fine refined hotel in Abuja, I think in Abuja or outside the country, and walking majestically into his G-Wagon, fine touch clean car. Meanwhile, look at the people that you are supposed to be representing. And now this flood, as from this material that I just read, says that 27 out of 36, what is left? The state capital is very much affected. Aside properties, people are losing their lives, families. I mean, look at the water. So for those that cannot swim, what is their fate? What is the rescue mission and the president is yet to address the issue? We don't even know which one is the bigger problem here. Is it that this keeps happening at Cameroon Dam, and now they say that, I mean, it's if these people are releasing, and now the dams in Nigeria, the two that I know, there's one in Zafra, I don't know where the other one is at. This Mr. Collins.
I can hear you.
All right, let's have your submission on this.
It's a pity. Is this coming from my mic?
Or from yours?
I don't know, but if it's just you and I'll put my mic on mute.
I don't know what is happening. But you can hear me now, right?
Yes, loud and clear, Mr. Collins.
Okay. So what I'm saying is that it's a pity what happened in Nigeria. When you see something happen, you kind of offended. When you look at the whole thing is happening, like you just said now, the president haven't even addressed the nation on what is going on in Kogi and other part of the country. Even I saw the one on news today, the one that happened in some part in Imo State as well. You understand? So it's a pity what is happening in Nigeria, and the president is not saying anything. And you talk about the Kogi Yaya Bello, even I saw a video last week that the wife was posting, entering inside car, that kind of thing, why their citizen is there suffering. So those are the kind of thing that people are still seeing, and they still want to vote these kind of people. When you look at the whole thing, like you said here, I have a friend who just told me that something like this happened there years ago. But then government is not doing anything because these things happened before. If you know that such a thing has been happening in this state and you're not taking any measure, you're not doing anything to stop it or even to be ready, should be in case if something like this happens, what are we going to do? Because since you have already experienced such a incident before, you should have a strategy or have a way of living to be able to counter such an incident, But in Nigeria, even if I'm telling you, if such a thing happened in Nigeria in 2 years coming, we will still be facing this kind of reaction. You understand? Because it's a place where they don't take things serious. We know that such a thing will happen, but what are we doing? What effort are we putting trying to stop all those things not to happen? But we are not putting effort. Nobody is putting effort. The government don't even care. Because if they are interested in their citizens and interested in what is happening in Nigeria, they should have been at least have some precaution and also some effort that will stop all those things not to happen. I know things can happen, nobody's when it comes to nature, but at least what are you doing to be able to put us a stop when look at the road in Nigeria, look at the gutters in Nigeria. There is no one you can be able to, there is no road, there is no gutter, everywhere is just messed up. So those are the kind of leadership we'll keep having in Nigeria. Until people start waking up and start voting right people, we will still remain in this kind of situation that we find ourselves with our leaders. That thing that happened in Kogi, trust me, if that thing happened in anywhere part of the country, in the western area, the president will be there. When I mean the president, you will see the president there, physical. It's not on television. It's not even on television. You will see the president there physical because this is a very serious issue. It's a serious issue. I look at people's house, people are now left stranded. A lot of people are going to lose their life. A lot of people are losing their property. A lot of people are losing their survival, everything there. I saw a video this morning now that the Kogi State House of Assembly are being burned to down. So, a lot of things have been happening. It's a serious issue. When I mean a serious issue, this is the most important thing that Nigeria should be talking now. That is the most important thing. And the other one you're talking about, the one that is happening in rivers, about the Tompolo of a thing, discovering all this. Trust me, if anybody that saw those videos now, it now becomes a surprise to you. You are just deceiving yourself. This is Nigeria, we all know. All those things are there for you to find out. I'm from Imo State, particularly from where I come from, Nigeria. So all these things are there. The government knows all those things, and they are the one feeding on all those things that has happened. They are the one feeding on all those things. So, when somebody is stealing from something that you know very well, so there is no way they are going to fight against it because they are the ones stealing, not even the citizen. Those things are being done by the government. So it's not like Tompolo, I think, because he's just trying to place himself as a new person. Maybe people will say start ripping for Tompolo. No, he knows all this. Even before he was appointed, he knows all those things. So if he tried to be a good man, why not point out all those things before? Working because the money Nigeria gave to me, the contract they gave to me, you can see that I'm not doing my job. No. And all these things they are doing, trust me, once we have a good leadership in Nigeria, there is a lot of things that is going to be come out of surface. There is a lot of things that even not only in the oil sector, there is even in the ministry, all those sectors, you will see a lot of things happening in Nigeria. A lot of things are going to be revealed to Nigeria. So many things, even in aviation system, even in air force system, in everything, immigration, a lot of things I need to be revealed so that people can be able to see the kind of country we find ourselves. So it's not a new thing. Me and you, Emma, we know very well what is happening in the education system. We know what is happening in aviation system. We know what is happening in immigration, in Navy, everything. So we know those things. Until we get the right people, they will start making things known to government, making things known to their citizens. But if we keep having the kind of people we have now, the Buhari regime, the Atiku regime, the Tinubu regime, trust me, we will still find ourselves in this situation. So until we start voting the right people, so the right people will start bringing all those things out, start holding those people accountable. Because now people are keep showing all this oil refinery, all this oil pipe, this. Who are you going to hold accountable all this? Who are you going to hold for responsible doing all those things? Trust me, at the end of the day, there is nobody's going to be held accountable on this. Nobody's going to hold responsible. So it's just pictures that keep showing everybody. But who are you going to arrest? Who are you going to bring to justice? Nobody. So they'll keep showing us video. So until you will start getting people, hold them accountable and also punish them, such a thing will keep happening in the country. So I don't want the video. I don't want them to keep showing me video. I want them to keep arresting people because there's people who are involved in this. So since you are not arresting them, why you keep showing me video? You keep showing me video. Am I going to eat the video? You have to bring people to justice. So if you are not bringing people to justice, all these things are just mere, they're just trying to do a small publicity to themselves. So you have to hold people accountable. That is the same thing that happened in Boko Haram. Nobody is being arrested. Nobody is being tried to even hold accountable, even in just nobody. So it's just a picture. It's just a picture. So for me, it's not a new thing, like you said. It's not a new thing. We all know everything that's happened in Nigeria. Even if we are not living there, we have people. We have lived in Nigeria before, so we know how the system works. So I will just yield back so that another person can say one or two things.
Mr. Collins, what makes you think that I know? You keep saying, Miss Ima, you and my
Because
brother.
and
it's true. You're right. You're right. That came out funny. These are got reactions. People are saying, so Tompolo and his men are better than the Navy and the military put together. I say that's a shame. All the money that we are investing, like this 1.35 alone, this 1.35 we are talking about is just for terrorists. We're not talking about safeguarding the country. Oh dear, you didn't even say anything about that. I didn't catch a reaction on that.
You have to put your this in on that.
Sorry?
I can hear myself. I mean, yeah, okay. So, I know the new money they want to invest into security, to fight Boko Haram of a thing. I think we'll be fight if you calculate the whole money that we'll be using to fight Boko Haram and insurgency in the north. If you invest that money only in Nigeria, trust me, even by now we should be competing with Dubai and Qatar. If you invest that money in Nigeria, by now, even Dubai, people should be coming to Nigeria, no longer going to Dubai. So we can't continue investing all those kind of money without even giving account of it. The last time with Buhari, even they look at the money they used to buy all those jet they used to, the last one they bought. So till today, have they make any use of that? Have you maybe anything changed from that day? We still in the same situation we find ourselves. So bringing another money again, can we just even this money? Can't Buhari say, okay, calculate the whole Nigeria politician, share also all those money, 1 million, everybody take. Now buy security to yourself. We can buy security by ourselves. I think that would be better. Calculate the whole Nigeria, because the more money now, we are more than 200 something million people. All of us can get more than 5 million in this money. Now use that 5 million, guide yourself. I think that will be more better. That will be more better than them investing, because now I can be able to give account of that money. If I have that 5 million, if you ask me, Collins, what did you do for your 5 million? I can say, look at this, I do this for this. So it's just we are just deceiving ourselves. Trust me, Emma, we're just deceiving ourselves. So let's just keep it there. Thank you so much.
All right, Mr. Collins, thank you for your submission. And it's good to have you on this broadcast. Thank you so very much for coming in. If you're just joining, thank you for being here. Welcome to the chat on Naija Watch. My name is Ima, and it's good to have you here with me on this broadcast. Thank you. I'd like for you to drop your submission on the comment section. Why is my comment section not bubbling? Where are you guys? All right. If you drop your submit, I mean, you know how we do it here. So come on, guys. Feel at home. Feel at home. This is the chat. Feel at home. Mr. Goodman, how you doing? Good day to you.
Good day, Emma.
Good day, Emma.
Good afternoon to you, sir. How you doing?
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
All right. Let's catch a reaction to the stories.
Sorry, I can hear back. I can hear myself back. Okay, that's fine now. Can you hear me?
Mr. Goodman, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
All right, thank you. Okay, let me start with Tompolo one. The truth is, I don't know, Nigeria. I keep saying, every time I come here, I said Nigeria is a movie, and every movie has its own title. I think sometimes it'll be like comedy, horror, and action movie. This thing, Tompolo now is just we just want to justify that amount they are paying him. That they also want to justify that the federal government did the right thing for recruiting militants to guide our oil pipeline. That's what they're just playing here. They all know, these militants, they all know all those things. All of them. Mr. Collins just said, they all know everything. They know about those places, they know about pipeline. Is it just coming out? Tompolo and his group, his men, just coming to tell Nigerians they just discovered it just now, because after government has paid them to do the job. They know all these things. What they're trying to do, they want to justify it. Yes, government has done the right thing by recruiting militants to airports. This is what they do. Yes, I think we are stupid. They play with our intelligence. Some of us we are above all this rubbish they are doing. So all those ones, for that one, it's just a movie they are playing. They are not deceiving themselves. They all know they know the people involved. They're all involved in this oil theft. All these big ship moving out from all the naval officers, the big time naval officers, they all have hands in all these things. They know. So let's just continue watching them. But the truth is, why I keep wondering myself, I say something wrong with Nigerians? Something must be fundamentally wrong with us in Nigeria. We say Nigerian people, they have mental issue. I think everybody in Nigeria has mental issue. That's the truth. Even we in diaspora, we have mental issue, because we cannot come here and every time we say one day let's continue doing the same thing every year, every 4 years, and we expect a different result. Now we are all crying that Obi is a miracle worker. No, Obi is not the system. Obi is an individual. We are supposed to change the system. Nigeria is like a broken car, a broken engine. If you don't fix the engine, if you continue changing the driver, no matter how innocent, Jonathan is an innocent man. He's a good man. But when he finds himself in a corrupt system, what is he going to do? The corruption overwhelming. Corruption fight back and overwhelming. So we we are thinking maybe somehow we do something every 4 years on the same system and we bring new person, something is going to change. No, nothing is going to change. We as Nigerians, we need to come out. Come out. If we win, hit the street and say, no, we have to restructure this country. We need to do something different before we continue this fraudulent election they are trying to put in our face. So that's that for that one. Then for the from the flood aspect of it, I think Nigerians, we don't really, for the flood, I keep saying it, I don't think we value humanity. We don't, if we put humanity first in things we do in Nigeria, I think Nigeria will be a better place. But all our focus is the size. Some of us, we just look at Nigeria is a big country, the size of Nigeria with our population. If we can get it right, we'll build economy. Everything is about money, economy, money. Nobody cares of humanity. But if you don't put humanity first, nothing on earth you can get right. You have to think of humanity first. When you think of humanity, you will do the right thing. But we don't care of humanity. Look at the flood now. People are suffering now. This is a major crisis. This is a national crisis. The president has come out. Now, this is campaign time. Campaign has opened. This thing is supposed to be in all the presidential aspirants. You see this flood supposed to be in all their lips right now. They should be going to that area. That's what happened. All of them. It happens abroad. This is a national crisis. They are going to be the next president of Nigeria. And this thing has happened. And campaign has started. They should also visit that area to console those people. Look, look, I see you. Go to that place. Talk to them. You are aspiring to be the president of Nigeria. You don't wait for Buhari. You that is coming out the president. Oh, yes, you are not yet president, but you are coming as a president. What empathy have you shown for these people? Nothing. What they think of is going around and telling us that we're going to build economy, we're going to do this, we're going to build Nigeria's economy. It is about economy. It's about humanity. No presidential aspirant is talking about it. Nobody has gone to that place to visit those people. Look, I tell you, Nigeria, there's a problem. Until we begin to put humanity first before material things, that's when we get it right. Because when we think of Nigeria as a great country, we can be one of the giant countries in the world, just need to get a good leader, we need to get it right and build our economy. It's not about economy. If they give you that economy and put only in Nigeria, take everybody out of Nigeria, only you live in Nigeria, how are you going to survive? With all the goods and all the economy and all the money, you're not going to survive without people. So people come first. Human beings come first. Nature comes first. Human beings is part of nature. This is about what God has created this thing to be like this. But at least we have pushed this aside. I don't know, put that in our brain that material things is more important than natural things. Human beings is part of nature. These are people. So I feel for those people. I feel for them. Now they are carrying the cross. The only crime they committed is that they are Nigerians. That's all. That's the only crime they committed. They are Nigerians. Can you imagine? What has Nigeria done for anybody? I'm surprised. October 1st, see some people celebrating Nigeria. Are you celebrating in Nigeria? Nigeria has done nothing for anybody. You provide your own electricity. You provide your own water. You provide your own security. You provide your own education. You provide your own welfare. Everything you provide to yourself. And you will sit down somewhere and say, we are proud of Nigeria, that one day we'll get it right. But Nigeria has done nothing for anybody. Nigeria, I don't know. Personally, if I see those people clamoring that we should, either we discuss Nigeria or we split Nigeria, I am in for them, honestly speaking, because Nigeria has done nothing. No single thing for any individual in Nigeria. Everybody's just struggling on his own.
But Mr. Michael, yeah. Mr. Michael, please let me ask you. You keep saying Nigeria has done nothing for anybody. I think Nigeria has given us a land to express ourselves, giving us an identity. The country itself is not the problem. It is the people ruling and the constitution. Now, these are our problem. The country that you are in, Mr. Goodman, you still do things for yourself. You're talking about providing your own security, your own food. Don't you do same the country that you are in? Do they provide these things for you?
Of course, I do. I am. I can open my door, sleep. I cannot lock my door, sleep. I wake up, nothing will happen. I have to say that my children here, they get free education. free school. They get social welfare. They get student money. They pay this thing. They do this thing for them because this is thing that they make people belong.
Nigeria, Nigeria does not tax as much as these other countries do. I mean, you know that you pay so much. You pay for everything.
Leave that. Nigeria is a rich country. We are blessed with oil. Go to Saudi Arabia. Are there not the same oil that we have that they have? It's not the same oil that we have. So we don't say this thing. Nigeria as a country has done nothing for anybody. What are you saying, Nigeria? Common security. You see people mounting gates on their streets, paying security men. A street, you put a gate in front of their street. Is that what you call it? Is that being protected? Are you not protecting yourself? You don't have electricity, you buy generator. Is it not government supposed to do that for you? Put electricity. You elect them to represent you, but they are there to serve you. You elect them. Okay, we have this natural resources because all of us cannot govern ourselves to go. Okay, we elect you people. Okay, help us manage the resources and take care of us. But you put them there, they become emperor. They become lords, forgetting that they are there supposed to serve you, but now you are serving them. This is what it is. So Nigeria has done nothing. Forget the people. People make the country, but when you put people there to represent, those leaders represent Nigeria. Because if they go outside, United Nations, Buhari go as Nigeria to represent Nigeria as a president. So he's representing Nigeria. So that's why we say Nigeria done nothing for us, because those leaders are the Nigeria that will put there to take care of us, but are not doing anything. This is what is happening. We can't continue to think that, okay, something, one miracle will continue to just happen when the system is faulty. We cannot fix this system. If we like, every 4 years, we continue to do the same thing. I don't know. You cannot continue to do the same thing every time and expect a different result. It's not going to be possible. We are thinking maybe 2023 now we're going to bring Obi under the same constitution, under the same system, then something miraculously will change. It's not going to change. Obi will come there and stay, who knows, whether 4 years or 8 years, and goes, it continues. The system continues. Every day we keep running to God. God, come and help us. This is just the thing. There's a problem. There's something wrong with us. All they leave for us is sorrows. All these things they do for us is just sorrows, tears, and blood for Nigerians. Just sorrows. This is what they do for Nigerian people. I'm pitying those Nigerians. Look at that flood. Can you see the sight of that flood? Just look, those people have lost everything, and nobody, I don't think they will have any compensation from the government. This is where the government come in play. This is where the government come in play. Nobody's talking about it. Look, Obio, Tinubu, Atiku, Kwankwaso, all of them, nobody's talking about it. And this is campaign period. This is where all of them should come and show empathy with these people. Go to that area and do it. Yes, tomorrow you might be the president of Nigeria, but they're not even all they talk is about the economy. We're going to make Nigeria great. We're going to do this. What of the people that you are making Nigeria great? What of the people that are going to enjoy that Nigeria? Look at them dying. This is what I'm saying. We need to put humanity first before this rubbish talk about all this rubbish thing about the economy. What's the word economy? This is what they come to deceive us in Africa. Because they use this to tell us that money is very important. We now hate ourselves because of money. We don't love ourselves. We don't love ourselves because of material things.
That would be a really good campaign strategy. That would be a really good campaign strategy if the presidential candidates would take out time to go out there. But what is even very sad is that the government has not even seen it worthy for them to comment about the president.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Emma, that's what I'm saying. I said we know President Buhari. That one, we know him. That man, forget that man. But I'm just saying the next people that is coming now, they are going to be the next president. But these are people crying. Look, they should go there and see the pains of these people. At least we see the American election during the time. You see them, Trump, when they go to where they see all this crisis place, they go there, even they have not become president yet. But they go there and speak to the people. Give them hope. Give them hope. Just talk to them. It don't mean that you are the president. You're not going to give them money. But for them to see you there and you talk to them, you get a kind of relief, kind of hope that, okay, yeah.
Goodman, Mr. Goodman.
Yeah.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yeah, I don't know if you follow Peter Obi on maybe Twitter, and because when you said something like they are not, it's understandable. Some of them are not speaking about these things, but Obi have been saying it. He even posted pictures, said a lot of policies that need to be either changed or revisited, so that those kind of things will not happen. He has been steadily posting about it and talking about it. So I don't think it's right for us to say none of them is speaking about it. I can't say much about Atiku or Tinubu because I don't really follow them that much, but I've been seeing Peter Obi talking about the flood, the crisis in the north. You just go to his page and you see some of that. I just say,
Yeah,
let me
but
bring that to your attention.
sorry, Mr. So this is not about Twitter. Those people that are actually right now they cannot even they cannot see even most of them their phone is gone. They cannot even go to Twitter. It's about going.
But for him, you need to accept for him right now. That's the
Yeah,
much he
yeah, I
can't
know.
do as much as
I'm not.
maybe the
No,
person in.
I
Yeah,
understand what you're saying. Obi should go. They should go there and see those people. Eyes to eye, talk to them. Those people now they don't know where they don't know where they give them camp. Go and talk to them. This is not about Obi can travel to US, travel to Canada, travel to. Is it local guy cannot travel to? He travels to all over the world, Canada, every place to do all this. Right?
Es-
They
eh,
go there. Me, I'm not.
excuse me,
Yeah,
sir. Yeah, I
yeah,
completely. I'm obedient to them, but I completely agree with you. I mean, USA, okay? Because
yeah.
yeah, Obi should do that. Even I thought he's not a president yet, but he need to go. I mean, I think it's good for him, optic wise, to go over there and console those people. That's a good strategy. I completely agree with you, sir.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. They do it here in Europe. You see them where they do all this kind. They use as campaign where they come. They are not the president yet, but when this kind of crisis happen, they go there to make the people feel okay. Yeah, I hope he's coming. This man, you see them. This won't campaign for you. This man won't feel for woman feel. But when you are put on Twitter, those people they're not on Twitter. They're not on Twitter, so they don't know if you are on Twitter. It's just me and you that managed to go on Twitter. We see all these things, but those people are not on Twitter. So that's
no,
my take on
I
it.
agree with you also, like my brother has said. But the only thing you need to understand is that even speaking out and making the government, the present administration, know some of these things is also part of contributing to aiding those people. If somebody of his stature, politically, can just come out and be saying all those things, then definitely it's amplifying the voices of those people that are facing those challenges. So I know they can do more, and I agree that yes, if possible, it should go there, it should be on ground and maybe pay visit, whatever. But you cannot also discredit the one that he has been doing.
Yeah. I'm not disagreeing.
All right, gentlemen. Thank you very much, Mr. Michael. Thank you for your submission. I'm guessing that you are done with your submission already. And Mr. MCBD and Man of Prestige, I welcome you to the broadcast. Please, I want us to just watch this video again. So please, just a moment. I'll come back. We'll continue with our submissions. Thank you. Now, this is the area view of Lokoja. This is just one of the states affected. We have 27 others that have this problem. All right. So that's it, and that's what we're talking about right now. This, and I read an article, aside from the majorly, this is coming from Cameroon. The dam in Cameroon has been opened. Although we got, it wasn't just opened on us, we got intels or they wrote to the Nigerian government. So this was expected. Now, why no action was carried out is what baffles me. But if I'll be truthful, I shouldn't be baffled. I mean, the president already said he's tired and he cannot wait for his tenure to be over. And all of this chaos are happening. But then again, the writer, the piece that I read on here goes on to, that was a very profound piece, and it goes on to say that the Nigerian government needs to have a sit-down talk with the Cameroonian government, because this cannot keep happening. But the last time this happened 12 years ago in 2012, over 300,000 Nigerians lost their life. And another time it happened, 1,985 Nigerians lost their life. So this cannot continue. And we know that this has also greatly affected farm produce. So that is to say that Nigerians are going to be facing tougher times. Now, we are not just talking about Forex. We're not just talking about insecurity. Now, this flood has been added to it. So Nigerians already trying to, even find their bearings, the cost of living, wherever you are, whatever hole in whatever village that you are in. You know how they say it's cheaper to live. Everywhere is now very expensive. It's very expensive. And now there is this flood. So this is going to affect everybody. Whether your house is flooded or not, your street, your area, your village is flooded or not, it will tell in our economy. And Olam is one of the largest rice producers, not just rice, agricultural produce. They are one of the largest, and now they're saying the flood has affected 4,400 hectares, and that's their rice farm. Already, a bag of rice, of local rice, goes for as high as between 38 to 40,000 naira, and now there is this problem. So this affects everybody. You in diaspora, it affects you if you have people back home that you are taking care of or that you love. Of course, so it affects everybody, and we need to talk about this. Mr. NCBD, welcome to the broadcast. I'm not sure if it was you that was here first. Okay, Man of Prestige was here first. Hi, Man of Prestige, how is your day going?
Thank you, Emma. How are you doing?
I'm doing just well, thank you.
Good. It's good to be on this platform again. I'm happy Monday, like they said in Nigeria. Yeah, so this is the particular subject we are talking about. I think I heard about it, but I've not really gone into it to see everything. But I just saw the video you played right now. You see, this is the problem with Nigeria, particularly when it comes to the governance of Nigeria. I mean, we have such a calamity going on in the country, and the president has not spoken. I mean, because this is supposed to be a national emergency. I mean, where I'm here in USA, when something like this happens, the president needs to come out and declare national emergency, and that will give, that will open up the, the possible. I mean, that will open up, that will open up the government budget of, of supporting that area. I mean, this is an emergency, and that's supposed to have been being the first thing to do. But the president doesn't speak to begin with. This is not something to play about. This is, apart from being national emergency, this is a national security issue. I mean, he just stayed in the house without saying, what kind of government are we? I mean, what you just saying is completely correct. It's not something about local area. This is going to affect the whole country. And the president is just sitting there without doing nothing. This was annoys me about Nigerians, when it comes to, governance. They're just inept, like they don't know what they're doing. I mean, I don't know what this. I'm just kind of speechless. I mean, you need to be mobilized. I mean, send the military. What do we have our military for? This is where the military should be working right now, instead of going to the east or that kind of place, taking all those pandem they're doing. It doesn't really make any sense to me. I'm sorry, my head to be, ratting like I'm doing right now. It just doesn't make any sense. I guess I'm used to what normal people do that we don't do in Africa. I mean, this kind of bother me to the extent that I'm kind of speechless. I don't know what to say. It's not about that particular area. It affects everybody in Nigeria, like we said. Not somebody in the north, east, west, and everybody. But that particular area and national emergency is supposed to have been declared. I think this has been going on for about a week or maybe last week. I don't know the particular date. It should have been declared right away, and send a relief, send the military over there to mobilize and find a way to rescue them. But I don't know if anything is going on right now. So I'm gonna after I get off, from this platform, I'm gonna, go investigate, see what's going on. But from what I'm gathering, nothing has happened yet. So Emma, tell me, has the president spoken?
No, the president has not even acknowledged what is going on, and the government has not stepped in. They've not intervened in what's happening. I think everyone is training their towards, on the forthcoming election, supporting their training,
What
supporting
has what
all the presidential
what
council.
what has election got to do this? Forget about election. We're talking about human life and the economy of the country. You're talking about election. It's just so that they are in whatever they are doing. It doesn't make sense. I mean, anyway, I don't have that much to say. If that's the only topic we're talking about, maybe there's another
Okay,
topic you can let me know.
we also have this. Oh, so man of prestige, you came in late. You didn't start with us apparently.
No, I did not. I just came in, but it's okay. I can listen. Maybe
So, okay,
go
for
ahead.
your sake and for those that are just joining in, please let's do this round again. All right. So the federal government budgets 1.35 trillion naira for war chest against Boko Haram to pump this money into the security of the country. That now that much will be going into, and this is not the first, second. This might not even be the last trillions of naira or dollars that will be going into security. Even though we don't get to see the yields. We don't get to see where or what this money is being put to use. And now, while we are yet to accept or react to this story, we go on ahead to see during our newspaper review this morning that federal government has released 101 repentant Boko Haram terrorists. So why are we wasting this money buying weapons when they are going to be released at the end of the day, or when they are going to be exchanged with kidnapped victims, or when they are going to brazenly walk into the prison and pick their members? Why are we wasting this money?
You see, that man Buhari, I can't. I mean, I don't know what is going on in his head. I mean, like he's. I think he made a comment last week that his age has affected his governance of this country. So that we come back to about Tinubu's situation right now. So he confessed that his age has affected, but I don't really buy all those. Whether or not his age has affected, he has people that guide him and do everything. So I think it just he knows what he's doing. I mean, if I have to guess, I'm not in his head, but this man has a motive to Islamize Nigeria. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Why are you releasing? I mean, why are you releasing all these Boko Haram and call them repentant? Then you flush them into the Nigerian military. They will go up out of Nigeria and perpetuating all kind of, atrocity, terrorizing the people. I mean, they all collide doing whatever he's doing right now. Like Obi said a while ago on the interview that he gave, that the Nigerian government knows what's going on about the oil theft. Because exactly what he said, I mean, I completely agree with him. The same thing is happening when it comes to all these terrorists and Boko Haram going on. People in the government are benefiting from all this about releasing and budgeting. I mean, don't we have? I think Nigeria budget the high. I don't know what the military budget in Nigeria, but they stole all of them. So even at all this budget, what's they going to do? Nothing. I mean, you're going to have the same outcome. Nothing is going to happen from it. They're just playing on Nigerian people, and that Nigeria, I think the institution in Nigeria has. We have a lot of issue in Nigeria. Okay, I mean, I don't know if it is mental issue or they just brainwash the whole country. I mean, I'm even surprised people are voting for this party called APC. It's not even about Tinubu. It's about the APC, the party. I mean, in a normal society, I mean, they shouldn't even get like 10 or 20% when it comes to election, but they have a good chance of winning, like Obi does. So we are so messed up. I mean, it's going to take a lot of cleansing, to bring
All right.
Nigeria to where we're
All right,
supposed to
Mr.
be.
President. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. Thank you for your time on here. I do appreciate, and I hope your day
Okay.
is going just fine.
Thank you, man.
All right, thank you very much, man of prestige. Mr. NCBD. Hi, Mr. NCBD. You already introduced yourself to the house.
Yes, thank you so much, Ima, for the session. Oh, I should go ahead.
Please go ahead, Mr. NCBD.
Oh, okay. I think as regards to the flood, it's unfortunate. I think they said something about the dam in Cameroon being opening. I mean, they've opened it and now it's causing havoc. It has even got to Anambra. I don't know if people even know that. It has got to Anambra. There's
It
some.
it is expected to go. It is expected to to affect 27 states, but out of that 27, 18 currently are submerged in flood. 18
Can you imagine?
states. 18
Can you imagine?
states. And I just showed you guys the area view of just one state.
Imagine that. And it's unfortunate that something like this in other countries, it will be tackled as a very, as an emergency, as a national disaster kind of situation, you know. So then everybody will be there. But unfortunately, I will keep on blaming the Nigerian people, the citizens, at the same time as we are talking about the clear irresponsibilities of the government. So, but you see, like for example, our people, most of us are just, I think, this psychophancy, and this psychophancy is really affecting a lot of our people. And before you know, people are there just go to the social media. What are people even focusing on? If quarter of what is happening right now is happening in other countries of the world, it will become not just a national disaster, but a global concern. Before you know, people start changing their flags to the to the flag of Germany, and the flag of their profile pictures will be showing a flag of France and all those things, because of how the media is being used to amplify the issues that those people have. But
But
here,
aside for the media, you think the Nigerian people don't have empathy?
no, no, I think the Nigerian, not, I won't generalize, but for the sake of the conversation, maybe I will generalize. But obviously, it's not everyone. Like we here, we are showing concern. We're also Nigerians. So, but I'm saying in a general term, yes, there is a lot of negligence. There's a lot of sycophancy and celebration of mediocrity. A lot of things that does not make any sense. Before you know, people are there focusing on things that does not even matter. I understand that there are society issues that also some of those maybe social media platforms are addressing, especially if you go to Instagram, all those whether it's Instablog, whatever they call themselves. But I really like this lady's. There's this blog. Is it Naija? Because in one post you can post something about some entertainment, whatever. No, that so many reasonable people won't care about. Then in the next one, she can put something so deep, as regards to something like that. You must bring the consciousness of the people. I'm not just putting it on them, because the number one people we need to hold accountable is the mainstream media. But at the same time, we as a people have our own part to play. We need to make this thing become a big issue. I'm telling you, look at the times that the federal government have acted on issues. It's because of how the information is kind of, they feel like it's tarnishing their name and their image. Then before you know, they come out and they start acting. I think you're muted. You know.
Yes, I'm muted so you can give your submission, Mr. Nsibide.
Yeah, okay, okay. I thought you wanted to say something. So
No.
that's the problem. Sometimes we need to make this thing, like I was saying, how Obi is speaking out. The fact that an opposition a candidate that is at the that is among the major contenders or contestants for the forthcoming presidential election is speaking is also a very big factor, or is a factor that should that can make the government to act, because they won't want to do anything that will make it look like their party is more incompetent and all that. So my point is that, please, we have to keep on, we as a people, we need to, I don't know why we have not started doing hashtag sympathize with flood, or maybe people should start, look at a country like Kenya, for example. There's sometimes they used to have a crisis of maybe drought in some parts of their country, maybe the north, something like that. Then you see people, all of the citizens, they will set up donation, whatever. People are contributing, sending food items. You will see it all over. It will cover their media space. So that's the part that the citizens can play. So we need to do more of that. if we need to contribute, we know that the government will do their own. If we set up, there should be like a fund or something, then there should be a way of helping a lot of those less privileged families, because they are the ones that are really being affected. The ones that are kind of more financially privileged, many of them have left those areas long ago. They are probably even gone abroad. They've maybe even sold their houses or something. So we need to do that. Then, sorry, for the military, is it 1.5, 1 point something trillion that was, you know,
Budgeted for security to fight Boko Haram and other terrorist group. Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate. I heard when you were saying about, these people, what is the point if after all this we hear that they are repentant terrorists in the military? Was it last week? There was this soldier that was caught as among the persons that is giving bandits weapons. He hires weapons to those guys. They pay
I
him.
think he's an ex-police officer.
No, he's a military. I saw even his uniform.
Okay.
So
Okay.
imagine that's just one out of probably hundreds, maybe like 1,000 or 10,000 doing the same thing. You understand? So it's just quite unfortunate, and it's not like they don't know. There's a lot of information that the Ministry of Defense or the executive will not disclose because they call it something national security. So we are here thinking that it's just this 1, 2, 3 cases. I'm telling you, the main issues, if they say it exactly the way it is, everybody will just start running from, maybe you go to Cameroon, you go to maybe Burkina Faso, you just go somewhere. So the fact that they are, kind of holding this information is because they are trying to avoid maybe panic, or maybe they don't want also they don't want to look too bad. But we need to be careful, and this is exactly what people have been saying. When we start, I'm among the people that used to say, no, some of the things Nnamdi Kanu was saying those days, that's okay, I know, but let us not say it like this, all that. But unfortunately, I wish that sometimes I just stay and I'm praying that I wish that I'm wrong about that. I wish the guy is wrong. Because most of the things he's saying, we are seeing them clearly. We just that sometimes we choose not to, because we don't want to blow it out of, we don't want to make it look like people are panicking. But we know that some of these things are true, most of them. So my point is that this security issue is just something that is not about money. It's not about money, even if they bring 5 trillion. It's not about money. It's about the willpower, the willingness of the government of the day, and also to those compromises that are there, that some of them are not willing, they are not willing to, kind of compromise in some certain situations, and also because of political leverage. So because they understand that the more, these things are happening amongst their own people, and some of their own people are actively involved. So, and because they don't want to lose that political support base, then they will not address it the way it should be addressed. So it has nothing to do with money, even if there's no amount of money that can do it if they are not willing to do it. So thank you.
Okay, but before you go, let's catch your reaction on Tompolo's security. Did you touch on this already?
No.
Okay, so few Nigerians, myself inclusive, saying that if Tompolo and his boys are going to be giving results and see to the to the stop of oil bunkering and causing such havoc on our economy, should they not just deploy the military and the navy that are there and allow Tompolo and his boys and give them uniform and badge, or just leave them the way they are? Seems they're going to do a better job than the our security outfits. Now, there is another side to this. Is this a case of creating a problem and still being the solution when it has to do with Tompolo?
Well, I was about to say something like that, but at the same time, we need to look at it this way from from a larger kind of angle is because it's still the same restructuring that people have been talking about over the years. It's the same regionalization and everything. Because at the end of the day, what these people are doing is all this unofficial restructuring. Because people want to be responsible for their own security, for their own economy, and all that. So, but unfortunately, I feel like even as much as whatever is going on in the Niger Delta or some areas in the Niger Delta is affecting the people, at the same time, these guys, whether they are Tompolo, I think they have several people. I heard that even a group from Isoko's local government have also come out to say something. My point is that they should make sure that whatever they are doing is not, hampering the daily means of livelihood for their own people, for the people in that, for their own community. So the thing is that for Tompolo, I think that it's if because what is it called? How do you say, the navy and the military, they cannot use force to really solve that issue. It's more than just security. It also has to do with economic challenge. So I think the way they're handling it, I think it should be so, if we are being honest. I think they should do it, that they should continue, they should use not just the Tompolo, because now they will create another problem if they come and bring Tompolo's men and whatever on one side and leave the other people out. It will create a very big problem. So I think that it should be unified, that they should carry everyone along, not this divide and rule system that will, at the end of the day, destroy the entire community. So don't favor one side against the other side just because you want those people to fight. So carry everybody along and let them be actively involved in their security.
All right. But the story has it that, Tompolo is just the one fronting it. It's not a Tompolo thing. They are all together. An umbrella was created, but Tompolo is the one interfacing with the federal government. I think the likes of those other ex militants are also there. Sari is there. Like they said, they've reached an agreement. It's just that it's Tompolo that is heading the group, but they are all together in this. Are you saying that the federal government should, award contract to other ex-militants?
No, 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 no. They should definitely have a spokesperson or someone that is like at
Right,
But at the
right.
same time, we have seen so many news of different people coming out to say that how can you use another Ijaw man to come and become my own problem? So the point
All
is,
right.
and the other day it's Isoko, another tribe. I guess, yeah, another tribe that came out and said no, that the oil is not only in Niger, in Ijaw land, something like that. It was there on national TV. So there's definitely a lack of cohesion and organization there, and I feel like if the people that are doing this thing does not want the good of the entire region, then they are doing it exactly how it should be done, because it seems like a more of a divide and rule kind of thing. So they should definitely carry everybody along. They don't have, even if they are going to have a voice or a representative, they will all agree to have that voice. This is our representative, you know.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you for your submission. Thank you for coming on to the broadcast. Thank you. It's always good to have you on the broadcast. Thank you. If you're just joining us, thank you and welcome to the chat on Nigel Watch. How you doing? I do also like this broadcast. Share and invite someone. Do well to support us by clicking on the $ to the right on the comment section. You could send a super sticker, a super chat. You could do a direct transfer to our account number. But please do well to support. It costs a lot to run this broadcast, and you know this already. Please do also like this broadcast. Thank you very much. We have Mr. Emmanuel in the house. Hi, Mr. Emmanuel. How are you doing? Good afternoon to you. All right, Mr. Emmanuel. Okay, let's give a big shout out to everyone on the comment section. Michael Okere, how are you doing? Good day to you, sir. Thank you for being here. Bella Naomi, how are you doing? Thank you for being here. Mommy Diaspora, dearest Osagova, I was wondering what's happening to you. Johnson Emmanuel, what's happening? I hope you are well. James Morgan, James Morgan, my guy, how you doing? I hope each and every one of you, Mr. Let Go, Mr. Charles. Okay, this is a big shout out to each and every one of you that I've not seen on the broadcast today. I hope you're well. Mr. Machiavelli, I trust it is work. Brother Nice. All right, I hope you guys are well. All right, thank you. Mr. Emmanuel, do we have you now?
Yes, hi. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm well, thank you. How are you doing?
Very well, very well. I am about
Okay.
to. I can hear the show. It's on its best. It's good.
I'm sorry, Mr. Emmanuel. If you could please fix your network and dial in again. The network is very static. I can't make anything from what you're saying. So if you could please pick a better location, that would do us so much good. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, let's see. Naomi Bella, you're always fine. Thank you, Naomi Bella. Thank you for being here. All right, Mr. Collins. Today is World Mental Health Day, and the reports in our newspaper review this morning shows us states that over 50 million Nigerians are suffering from mental health. Mr. Collins?
I can hear you.
Okay, yeah. So the report shows that over 50 million Nigerians are suffering from mental health. And me, I say that if the country is working just fine, that number would reduce drastically. Do you think otherwise of this? Or do you even believe the report that Nigerians are suffering from mental health? Or that large amount of people are suffering from mental health?
You know, like I remember somebody said something like that somebody here just said that a few minutes ago, you know. So for me, the report about people in Nigeria suffering about mental health is not a new thing. It's something that is like for me, I've been saying that everybody in Nigeria need to take to a mental health um, hospital so to check if we are really working as an individual, as a human being, because most people in Nigeria, if you look at the way we act, the way we speak, the way we behave, you begin to ask yourself, are these people really functioning as a human being? Because if we truly functioning as a human being, things that happen in Nigeria are not supposed to be happening. Things in Nigeria are not supposed, when it took at something happening in Nigeria, even that number is small. That number is supposed to be 250 million Nigerians because it's everybody, including me myself. Because if people look at what happened in Lagos few days ago, that was yesterday. Those people that was coming out to marching for Tinubu, one way or the other, their family are being affected for what is happening in Nigeria. Most of them, their children are out of school, and they are marching. Then you begin to ask yourself, is these people really functioning, or is it what is happening to Nigeria? It doesn't matter that as in they don't feel any pain again. As in people don't feel any pain when something happened to them. They don't feel any pain anymore. So because if Nigerians are feeling pain with what is happening in Nigeria, trust me, a lot of things supposed to be happening in Nigeria. A lot of things. No, for me, as I'm talking to you, a lot is happening in other part of the country. Now go to Afghanistan, go to Iran. People are protesting to show their anger. Even the anger they are showing to show you how their government are being managing them. They are forcing the anger to their government. But in Nigeria, a lot of things that happen in Nigeria, people are even feel like as if it's normal thing that's supposed to be happening. It's normal, as in those things are normal. It's supposed to happen. So those things like it's an entitlement. It's supposed to happen to us. Things are not supposed to happen to a human being. It's happening to people in Nigeria. So if people in Nigeria can't react, if something like that is happening to them, that means we are not mentally okay. We are not mental, because if we are mental okay, we're supposed to be react as a human being. So it's like when somebody put an injection to you and you are not reacting, means you are not okay. You can only react when you are a human being, when you feel the pain. So if Nigerians are not feeling the pain, that means the number, for me, they need to come back and let check that number again, because for me, that number need to, as in, is everybody in Nigeria, because a lot of people are not working in Nigeria, as in they are not functioning, but you think they are functioning. You see them walking on the street too. You see them talking very well, but they are not functioning. And more especially, I think the number Most people that is not functioning in Nigeria is those people that call themselves the dedicated ones. They are the one that is not even their own mental problem is even more worse than people they think that the illiterate ones, because those ones that call themselves the educated ones are being the ones being used instead of them putting their sense, as in their educated knowledge, into something meaningful, even sanitizing those ones that not even went for school or anything. You see them even doing more as in worse than what people that the illiterate ones are doing. So when you see all those things put together, you now ask yourself, are we really functioning as a human being, or is there something wrong with us? So for me, the numbers is very small. So I think those people that did that, and they need to come back and do it again. It's almost everybody in Nigeria. Everybody in Nigeria not functioning, because if they are functioning, a lot of things supposed to be changing in Nigeria. I'm telling you now, if Emma go to your YouTube, watch what is happening in Afghanistan, watch what is happening in Iran. People are
Yeah.
putting their anger. You should have they are showing the government that we are not happy. This is only hijab. What started in Iran is just hijab. Because the lady was killed, So when they took her to police custody, those kind of things. So she died there. So on the process, that alone trigger a lot of things that happen. But look at this, what is happening in Lokoja can't even trigger people in Nigeria. What happened in 2020 October can't trigger people in Nigeria. What is happening in the north and can't even trigger people in Nigeria. That shows you we are not functioning. So I just have to give back to the panel. So that is my own contribution on that.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Collins. Thank you for your submission. Man of Prestige, do you agree to this statistics? All right, man of Prestige, I have to come back to you. Mr. NCBD,
Yes, my sister.
do you agree to that statistics?
Kindly, sorry. I think I had quite a number of things he said, but the part of which of the statistics?
No, saying that over 50 million Nigerians are suffering from mental health illness. Is that figure not exaggerated?
No, it's not exaggerated, but I think it's just the way they have kind of made it like how do you call it? It's an affirmative statement or something, because you don't say are suffering from, because even in the US, when they do all those when they take all those when they bring all those data, they usually put it like about maybe 17% or 20% have had mental health related issues in their lifetime. So it's not something
That,
that we just say,
would mean they've had it, they've healed from it. This is what they're saying
yes,
currently, and it is something that is, it's under talked about. The awareness is not, people don't. Okay, like in the morning, somebody said usually in the hospitals they should have doctors, or psychologists that people can go and talk to, or yes, that people can go and talk to, but hospitals don't even have that, set up. They don't have centers for mental health patients where they can go in. So if they are saying suffering, I mean, I don't think it is to demean what it is. Okay, then the other side to it, right, is if the problems in Nigeria or the life in Nigeria now, staying in Lagos, if you are working, say, wherever you're working in this Lagos, as long as this is, yeah, like you're staying in Surulere, your office is in Surulere, then you can leave the house say an hour. But if your office is, say, on the island, mainland, and you don't stay close, you have to leave the house as early as 5. And I tell you, by 5 a.m., there is still traffic. There is serious traffic by that time, but you just have an advantage because you'll be getting to the office earlier than you would have if you leave your house much later. Coming back is a whole lot of Herculean tax. Coming back, the traffic, there's still traffic that you have to deal with, and all of these things are draining mentally. The cost of living and all of them. You have your own personal issues, and the fact that artisans don't keep to their words. Now, everything here, right, does not allow one to thrive. It's not that easy. That's why last week I was talking about us putting a stop to this animalistic behavior. We had Dr. Umahi, he was supervising this military orderlies beating some civilians. I'm like, we need to stop things like this. They don't have to beat. You don't have to beat somebody. If somebody has done wrong, let what the constitution says about that crime, let it prevail instead of having police beat people, then still arrest people. I think it still applies even to this issue. By the time they make a life better, bearable, easier for people, you're going out, you're coming back late at night, the generator noise, the fume, everything is just probably if they begin to make life, livable. This is 2022. There's some things they should put in place. There is no light. All of these things are enough for
Yeah,
mental health. So what they are saying, they need to set up more hospitals, they need to get people to begin to take this course, to study this course. They need to look out for people who are interested, send them overseas to study this course so that they will have people to treat these people. I'm saying, why don't we start first with our environment? What do you say?
exactly. Well, I think I agree with everything you've said, and that's exactly what it is. But I just feel like that statistics is a bit kind of lazy statistics, because you don't just come and say 50 million. You tell people, break it down. People that are currently undergoing it, people that are probably schizophrenic, people that are going through anxiety or whatever. You don't just come and say, oh, 50 million people are having mental health problem. Because at the end of the day, people need to understand exactly how it relates to them. Because there's also people that definitely I agree. I mean, I agree when we say things like there's the environment, the daily hustle and everything can contribute. Maybe you call it burnout or mental stress. Stuff that can really affect people. Before you know, people are going home and they are probably making their home unbearable or unlivable for their family, because of the kind of things they've gone through that day. So I understand all that. And but at the same time, we should be able to pinpoint it and also make people like someone. Most of us, if we are being honest, have some kind of not mental illness, but kind of mental challenge that we go through, or we need to or that we will have to go through at some point in our life. So they should make it a bit, they should break it down. And at the same time, also kindness. We should understand that kindness goes a long way in solving the problems of our society. Because someone, I think it was Awolowo that said in those days that the person that you did not send to school today, or you did not help in sending to school, that person will come back tomorrow and harm your own children that you feel like they are privileged. So we need to understand that every act of kindness can help the society become better. Thank you, my sister.
All right, thank you, Mr. Nsibidi. Mr. Chibuzo. Hi, Mr. Chibuzo. How you doing? Okay, Mr. Chibuzo is very busy having a conversation that I can tell from over here. But okay, Mr. Chibuzo, I will come back to you. Moderator, man of prestige, you are logged in twice. Could you please log out one of your accounts? All right, thank you very much. Since we are talking about mental health, that will be our last topic for discussion today. And being that today is World Mental Health Day, creating awareness and sensitization on here. Mr. Collins, could you please say something to Nigeria regarding this? The need for us to check this and that it is actually a thing.
Come again.
Yes, I said since today is World Mental Health Day, we are creating awareness using the platform to also create awareness. Now, you would have a thing or two to say to Nigerians regarding mental health, the need for them to take care of their mental health, the need for them to get checked because it is actually a thing, and it's mental health illness is.
It's a
I think
serious issue.
I think it's
Yeah.
deadly. I think it's
Yeah,
deadly. If not,
you
okay,
know,
so
it's a serious issue. It's something that to most of us in Africa, I think in Africa, we take it as we don't take it serious. You understand? Here in the Western world, I think is a serious issue. You understand? So, but in Africa, we always like in any situation we find ourselves, we kind of have to teach how to endure it, or sometimes we don't even care to talk to people. You understand? There are some things we face in life that require you to talk to people. You need to share your grudges with people. You need to share whatever you are passing through. You need to talk to people, express yourself in it. When you keep it to yourself, it may end up haunting you. So it's because of how the situation is in Nigeria that even nobody cares. Even when you even make yourself available to talk to people, are they there to listen to you? That is the problem. You understand? So and most people are willing to talk, but who are there to listen to them? So a lot of people in Nigeria are willing to share their story. But the problem is that because nobody is giving them attention, so they decided to swallow it to themselves. So I think the government should do more, provide all those things that will be available for people so that they can be able to check themselves. Is something that people need to check themselves. So sometimes because we feel like we are very strong, we are very strong. Sometimes when it comes to mental health, it doesn't matter how strong you are, how you can be able to control. Sometimes you needed to share your pain to people. So government also need to do more in that aspect. Government need to do more. So it's a thing that it's a shame that when it comes to a country like Nigeria, even those things are not even when you talk about mental health in Nigeria, even when you are talking about it, people in Nigeria will start looking at you as awkward, as if you are you okay? You understand? So it's the way things are being done in Nigeria that cause people that kind of a thing that you don't even have that opportunity to express yourself. How many people, Emma, if I ask you how many people in Nigeria used to check themselves in that, nobody does that. Even 5% of Nigeria don't even talk about mental health. You understand? So it's just the situation. I think the government have really did a lot to the cities. They have did a lot to the cities. A lot. A lot that need to talk about, but people are not talking about it. So I think for me, my advice to anybody that if since the thing government cannot provide it, if you have opportunity to check yourself, please do. If you have the opportunity, do. It's very important. It's very necessary for any human being. Sometimes once in a while, you guys like talk to yourself. There's people that are there to listen to you. So that is my own a little contribution on that aspect. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Collins. Thank you. All right, man of prestige. Okay, Mr. Chris, Mr. Chubuzo, are you available now?
Yeah, how are you?
I'm very fine, thank you, Mr. Chubuzo. Yourself?
Yeah, you people were saying something about what they call it, um, about mental health, right?
That will be the last topic. If that's the only thing you want to talk about, we started with the flood. What's currently happening in
Remember,
the
yeah,
country?
remember,
Yes,
I remember I told you about the flood. What they're supposed to do is to build tunnels. They mustn't give any excuses. They have to channel water so that the water can go and discharge somewhere else. We have this culture of, mismanaging funds. We have this culture of any government that came in, it will just, create an avenue whereby they will be making money out of nothing. Building gutters from gutters to another gutter that doesn't make no sense. If rain falls, those gutters will just close again. So what I'm trying to say is, on that flood issue, government need to invest more on tunnels, build more serious tunnels that can contain at least one-story building to channel it to the finishing area so that we won't be coming here having this talk of flooding anymore. So government need to do a lot better on those areas. Then let me chip in on the mental, a little bit of it, the mental distance. So what happens with this mental issue is we are not mental. Nobody is mental apart from those crazy ones that is really, really mental. This is the way Nigerians are formatted. We were formatted like that right from childhood, right from elementary school, right from our parents, right from our educational system. This is the format that our so-called leaders have presented to us. So, and we use it, and that is the way we are all over the world. It's not even only in Nigeria. Coupled with the hardship and poverty that is trending around Nigeria. So the thing is giving us a lot of mental disorder. We are not mental, but that is how we are formatted. So most people mustn't take that advantage and say, no, 50% of Nigerians are mad. No, they are not mad. But that is the way we are formatted. That is the way we are brought up. And that is the way we are. Nobody can take it out from us. That is, if you see us when we're talking, we always have that shouting. And that intimidation is always there. Just like what we are saying about the governor flogging people because they can't work. Because he is in power. He can be able to do anything that he wants to do. So, and that is the problem we are having. When you are in power, you need to prove yourself and show people that you are in charge. But don't forget that this thing doesn't last. You only take some few years, then you discharge your duty, then other person take over. So we have that proud, and we keep on misusing our power when we have it. Thank you for that.
All right, Mr. Chibuzo, I also wanted to catch your reaction on the budget, the security budget for 2023. That's up to the tune of 1.35 trillion naira for security to combat and to prosecute Boko Haram and other terrorist groups. Now, while that sounds like a broken record, I mean, because all of these things we don't get to see their manifestations, we don't get to see the impact of the trillions of naira that goes into security budget. The news broke out that federal government freed 101 repentant Boko Haram members, and that begins the question: why are we spending so much on security budgets when these people get to be freed, or there is a jailbreak, or I mean, at the end of the day, who is losing, the Nigerian people or the terrorists?
Yeah, but don't forget that this concept has been happening for a very long time, and the failure of government remain the same. They never change, and whatever budget you see they are making, these are people who, cabalize Nigeria. Whatever they decide will happen. Nobody is there to question their authority, because when you look at the setup, and you see that this kind of setup are coming from one kind of ethnic minority that take decisions that nobody can be able to ask questions. So they can do anything, fund the military, but they are not funding the military. Actually, what they are doing is to fund themselves so that they will be, keep instability in Nigeria, so that Nigerian government will be spending more money, they will be benefiting it, keep insecurity, so that those people who are in charge keep on making money. And that is why you see when we are talking about change, these people they want to make sure that they hold on to power. Okay, you go to River State today. River State, who own the oil well in River State? They're not the same people who are in power. You go to any local government or any position, the same people in power. So nobody to question their authority. So they have anything, they have everything to do. So those people they call Boko Haram, those people are the Mickey Mouse people they just present to us. They are not Boko Haram. These people are just people they just round up and show, oh, these are the people who are making Nigeria insecure. These people are innocent. Government, they know what they're doing. They know why they are doing all these things, because when they show us, they can be able to map out money and they use it for their illicit transactions they are doing. And the Nigerian people need to wake up. And just like the other man said, look at what happened in Iran. Just common with hijab. Now the whole country is on fire. We have the same scenario in Nigeria, but nobody is doing anything. We keep on complaining, and we don't have any effect until the day we stand up and march and say enough is enough. Bring that HA.R.AM, bring anybody out and feed them out and take over power. So this is the only thing I can say for now, because Nigeria, they don't want to learn. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for that, sir. And thank you to everyone on this broadcast with me. But I don't know where my people are today, but thank you, Michael Okere. It's good to have you on here. Sam Sky, hello to you too. It's good to have you on this broadcast. Thank you. Street Food, okay, how you doing? Thank you for being on here. I'm of course to the mommy of all mommies. Thank you for being here, dearest Mama Bella Naomi. Bella Naomi, you're my guy, right? Thank you for being on here. The other Mike here, good man. Thank you. I don't know why you ran away or why you excused yourself from the studio, but thank you. Yiksha, how you doing? Thank you for being here. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Osakwovo, thank you so very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to each and every one of you watching. Thank you for being on here with us. Thank you so very much. We are rounding up on this broadcast already, but do well to join us for the rest of our other lineups. Do not forget the newspaper review Monday through to Saturday, of course, by me. Every day, Monday to Saturday by 10 a.m. Nigerian time. And we have the chat Mondays and Wednesdays, 1 p.m. Nigerian time. We have discussions Mondays through to Thursday by 5 p.m. Nigerian time with Kachi. We have Friday, the debate by 6 p.m. You do not want to miss our debate. And do not forget the show with leftists every Sunday. Ladies and gentlemen, my Niger Watch family, do well to turn on your notification bell. So for every time Niger Watch goes live, you would be notified. Let's take this comment from Sam Sky. Sam Sky says 90% of Nigeria mental health is being caused by the Nigerian government. If you want to reduce the number of people who have mental health in Nigeria, first the government needs to reduce corruption. My brother, you and the truth are not far from each other. All right, thank you so very much to my amazing panelists. Thank you to each and every one of you, to the ones that were here before and the ones still here. Thank you so very much for your time, always for your submission. You are not taken for granted. You are appreciated always. Thank you so very much. Mr. Nsibidi. All
Yes,
right,
my
so give your submission to Nigerians, but on everything that we've talked about, because there's something about bad governance, right? A government that is not preemptive in measures. I mean, these are the dividends. Having a flooded nation, and this is it's just I don't want to use some terms on here, but it's really terrifying that it looks like everything is just caving in. People need hope out there, I bet. So let your submission just be around there, and also the need for us to vote in better governance for ourselves.
yes. You're just on point there because we need a government that is self motivated. That you don't need people to start campaigning on social media or whatever, or pointing out the things that you need to do before you do them. And that's why good leadership is very important. Then at the same time, we need the citizens to be also um, more caring towards other citizens, because there are a lot of things that we can do as just ordinary people, quote and unquote. Because if you go to other countries of the world, a lot of changes that those countries have had came from the movement of the citizens. You understand? So let us also remember that look at all these things happening right now. I can tell you that there's a way the citizens can carry this matter on their head. Before you know, the government will do more. It's unfortunate that we have to do that before the government will do more. But what can we do? That's the society that we are living in. That's the country we are living in, or we are from. So let us continue to do that. Then the issue of mental health, I just wanted to round up my kind of so that my point will be clear on that. Is that it's good that they say mental health, but at the end of at the we need to understand that a lot of people will continue shying away from the topic of mental health if it's just generalized like that. That 50 million people have mental problem. I remember there was a time I was talking to another lady, but I noticed a lot of things going on with her. Then I gave her like a suggestion that there might be some kind of mental health issues here. But because of that mindset and the way mental health issues are being stigmatized in Nigeria or in other parts of Africa, you find out that She just came out and said, no, God forbid, I can never have those things. This one, I know what is doing me is not. I say, okay, wait. Mental health, this is how it is. There's different forms of mental health challenges. Anxiety, that you think is totally unrelated from mental health, is a serious mental health issue. What's it called? OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. You go maybe you're the kind of person that you're second guessing everything, and everything must be in a certain way. If not, you have problems with people or with whoever. You know, a lot of things, depersonalization, derealization, even the one that some children are going through, which some of them overgrow it and some of them need assistance to come out of it. This ADHD, a lot of adults also have ADHD. There's what's it called? ADD. There's a difference between ADD and ADHD. So when you start letting people understand that you not just, because a lot of people are still thinking that when you say someone has a mental problem, they are mad or they are schizophrenic. No, there's schizophrenia, which is the one we all call mad person, because that person now hears voices and that person is no longer functioning, properly the way he should function as far as coordinating himself, his movement, his speech, and everything. So, but we don't use even they don't use the word mad in that's how the West have been able, or other societies have been able to kind of reduce the stigma around the topic of mental health significantly. But here we are still calling people mad. So when you call them mad, who want to associate himself with anything that has mad tagged to it? So you need to people need to understand the different angles of looking at mental health issues. A lot of people that are doing it doesn't mean that you can even be the leader of your community. You can be in the toughest position, and that person is going through serious anxiety disorder, panic attacks, and everything. So it needs to be expanded. That's why I'm saying that the way they just said it is a lazy statistical kind of angle that they came from. So, and that will not help the stigma around that topic. That will not help a lot of people going, doing, how is it called? Just assessing themselves, whether through by themselves or by going to health professionals. So that's just what I have to say on that. So we need to really understand the dynamics of these things. And please, finally, let us not be carried away with all these delegates that they are bringing in stadiums and they are calling them a crowd. All these people that they have organized, community organizers of parties, because I've not seen all of them wearing uniform. What does that tell you? You think that it's the same thing with the crowd of people that are marching all over the country. You bring out I don't know how many people that came out in Lagos and maybe Ibadan. If you compare it with somebody that they're marching for all over the country, doesn't that show you that there's a huge difference? It's not about tribe, it's not about region, it's about the change that a lot of people in the country want desperately. Then the one that they are showing in Uyo, that's all Uyo have all done all that and that. Look at the crowd in a stadium. Look at how many of them that are there wearing uniform. If you go and check, it's the same people that gather for their delegate. A lot of them are, or maybe some few other people that was mobilized and paid. So you need to understand the tricks of these people so that you don't fall in their trap, thinking that they don't have any voice. That same Million Man March that they are doing in that Obedience did in Lagos, it's been done all other places, all over the country. They should go and do Tinubu and let's see the Million Man March that will come out maybe in Cross River or Akwa Ibom now or Delta and all those places. Or will he win the election by just Lagos and maybe some other place in the southwest? So my point is that let us be careful, and also all these influencers that some of them are self-motivated. They are also conscious people. They want to see change in Nigeria. We know them, a few of them. I can say someone like maybe P Square, the way they have been going about this thing, it seems they are self-driven. That's it. But all these other people that they'll speak today, tomorrow they are minding their words, or they are kind of trying to play careful. You cannot rely on those kind of people, because at the end of the day, some, not all, but some of them will go and do the same connection thing, or by the side they'll collect their own share. So please, let it be your own drive. Don't allow anybody be kind of the motivating factor for you. You understand? So that's all I have to say. Let us keep on, doing what we need to do. Speak up as much as we need to speak, and everything will be better soon. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. MCBD. You took your time to break down on the mental health. Thank you very much. I know that that is your field, and I appreciate that. I wish I could reach out to you, or we could arrange to have a proper broadcast on this, the enlightenment, desensitization. So please get ready for me, as I'll be reaching out to you very soon so we can plan this properly, okay?
Okay, okay. I can even send, maybe I can put also my mail by the private chat, maybe.
On the private chat. Okay, that'll be fine. That'll be fine. All right. Thank you
Okay.
very, very much, Mr. MTBD. Thank you so very much. Thank you for being on this broadcast as always. Mr. Chubuzo, please, in 2 minutes, give us your submission.
Yeah. What I have to say is, like, you know, what happened in that releasing of this terrorist. I tried to mention it. You said later we will discuss about it. We need identity card, and this identity card is what drives any superpower, any country that is trying to present themselves as a leader. You need identity card to know the number of people you are governing, to know the number of people that you are not governing. So if you want to go to America, you need to put your papers in place before you can travel. Why do you do that? But when you are in Nigeria, you don't care about that. So, and that is the reason why you see terrorists have a heaven land in Nigeria, because it's a free land for every terrorist to come inside Nigeria and operate. Nobody will question them, and nothing will happen. Both terrorists, both kidnapping, both all kind of things. You know. So we need to really really update on this identity card issue. And any government, like I said, any government that doesn't recognize this, that government will keep on, nagging, and they will not finish well, because even this thing affects investors. Investors cannot come to Nigeria and employ somebody that does not have address. You get them worried, because when they employ you, what are you showing? What is your identity? You don't have identity. So it will give investors a very big worry. They won't even come to invest in Nigeria because of lack of identity. So we need to do more on those things. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Chubuzo. Thank you very much. Thank you to each and every one of you on this broadcast with us. We're rounding up in a minute. Man of Prestige, please, in 1 minute, give us your submission, please. Okay, I think Man of Prestige is not
Oh no, I'm
on.
I'm here. I'm here, Emma.
Oh, all right, Miss. All right, take it away then.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry for that. It's gonna be
It's all
late.
right.
Yeah, sorry for Emma for having me for the final submission. So I'm gonna start from where I stopped, because I didn't have enough time to enumerate on what I was going to say in reference to what's happening in Lokoja and some part of Nigeria. So my final point I was gonna make in that area was about how to, what kind of Nigeria beside the government. I mean, there's nothing like I'm sorry. There's there's nothing like Red Cross. I mean, like somebody said earlier, like I think they give an example like Kenya, which is an African country. So if a country like Kenya can have something of that, of that form, and Nigeria doesn't have anything of that form, like they can be like a Red Cross where they set up, to help those areas. So if everybody will contribute, it doesn't matter 1 naira, 2 naira, and that will go away, helping those people beside what the government can do. But we don't have anything like Red Cross. I mean, Red Cross is a global something. But Nigeria, the standard of Nigeria, they should have opted for something like that, or just any other means. It doesn't have to be called a Red Cross. Just any kind of means, to help individual, everybody to contribute whatever amount or they can do. But that's part of the government, they're supposed to set up something like that. But Nigeria, where we are, they haven't done that. So that's the problem we have again, when it comes to Nigerian space. So let me go back to something about all this rally, so-called rally they are doing. There's differences between the OB rally and some other rally, but let me just be very, honest on that. You know, all this rally does not mean much about the election, but what it does is synthesize, people to say believe this party is doing well, this party is doing well. But in a final analysis, it doesn't really make a difference. I mean, there's an organized rally, there's an organic rally. Will be definitely, it will be definitely is organic. But other rally they are doing, I mean, they pay or whatever pay them, like the women march, even in Imo State, where everybody hated what's that name? There's a women rally the other day. Of course, they went to the village and pick them up. So you should stop comparing all those things. I mean, they are not comparable at all compared to OB and the other kind of organized rally. It does not really make sense. And there's something that was going on like APC is doing. I don't know what they try to portray. They have some people from the what they call trekking from, I think from southeast to south. So they have few people trekking to show support for APC. What is that supposed to mean? I mean, you're going to risk your life trekking from southeast to south, then to Lagos. Of course, it has been paid. They pay them. No individual will risk their life. They have to have military guiding them. Of course, the camera is not going to show them. So that's an organized thing, which does not really make any sense. I don't know what they try to portray, but that's part of Nigeria. So my final submission about patriotism, I think that's we are lacking. In Nigeria, we're not patriotic people. I mean, I will definitely say it. We are not patriotic. If we are patriotic, Nigeria will confess for everything, but everything has to do with the governance. Of course, they don't trust the government, so everybody just doing whatever they can do. So we actually have a problem, you know, and that can go into what I'm about to finalize my submission about the mental issue. Yes, Nigeria has a mental issue. I will give it to about 70% of Nigerians are suffering from mental issue. So that has a lot has affected that area. I mean, like if you go to Nigeria, everybody has a generator. I mean, how can you sleep with a generator? Think about that. That will mess up your head. But people don't realize about that. You go to Lagos, people shout, make a lot of noise, all this car driving. So Nigeria is really in a confused state, okay? It's going to take a lot to cleanse all those things. Maybe we start with good governance. That will help individual to better themselves, but we are suffering from mental issue. I think it's up to 70 to 80%. Anyway, thank you, Emma.
All right, man of prestige. Thank you very much.
All right.
It's a good thing to have the option of being able to mute your mic and turn off your camera, because I've been having a really good laugh here with your submission. Man of prestige, thank you so very much. We still have some other person on here. Thank you very much. Okay, we have Mr. Emmanuel here. Oh, Mr. Emmanuel, yes. How you doing? I hope the network is better now. Okay, I think.
Hello. Good afternoon from over here.
Oh, hi. Good afternoon. I know that voice. How you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Okay, this is the close of our broadcast already, but let's take up let's catch your reaction to this. So, Boo our dearest Boo Boo is budgeting 1.35 trillion naira for security. And this same dearest Boo Boo is, it was in the news this morning that 101 Boko Haram, repentant Boko Haram members, were released. So, I mean, why are we using that much money to procure arms when in the graciousness of your heart you are going to release these people?
Okay, so quite frankly, no amount of money is too much for combating security of a nation that is in crisis like ours. I mean, if you compare the Western countries and Europe and the rest, if you look at the budget they make annually, for security, you see it's like the highest, anywhere in the world. They spend so much, they invest so much in ammunition and in their security apparatus. So for Nigeria, in the real sense, it should not be a bother. We should not be scared. We should not be afraid naturally. But I am a bit skeptic, considering the times that we are in and the insincerity of the government that is in power today. So that's where Nigerians are a bit, apprehensive. Like, okay, why do you want to spend this amount of money? Naturally, if the government was sincere and things were going on right, it wouldn't be a big problem because considering the economy today, that amount of money for security is just enough, or it may be. I mean, if it's going to be put to proper use, then it's not a big problem because really Nigeria needs need to mount up as security. But today, when you consider the likes of Buhari, then you know that the election is in few days and all of this is happening. The first thing that will come to an average Nigerian's mind is that this is a way to siphon money. I mean, and I won't be far. It won't be far from the truth because when you consider what happened in the last dispensation and the rest, that's pipe for government. They use that, to siphon money. We can. I mean, we still remember the last one that is still fresh in our head, in our minds, where the chief of army staff just recently, you know, we got to know how much money was invested and then none of the equipments were bought because they had used the money for personal use. So that's the problem that we have, and that's just my 2 cents. I feel that the government is not honest. I feel that money will be used for election. I believe that the money is going into private pockets and not going to be used for what is being earmarked for.
Okay, let's also catch your reaction on, let's catch your 2 cents on what you think about over 50 million Nigerians being having mental illness.
Mrs. Sima, I would like to say this very categorically. Nigerians are going through a lot, and I know it has become almost a cliche right now in Nigeria, where we say, "Oh, I'm going through a lot. I'm coming from a lot." A lot of Nigerians are going through depression. I mean, just recently, I read it wasn't something that was peculiar to us, but now you see more young people dropping distress messages on social media blogs of them, taking their life, just like the one that happened a few days ago by the is it Chinechere or the lady that just took her life and all of that, who was found, I think she was found to be hospitalized. It's happening every day. You wake up to people who are actually losing their life. People are going through depression. People are going through a whole lot of stuff. The country is boiling. The welfare of the citizens are not priority of the government. So a lot of people are going through a lot. Naira has so been devalued that if you take 5,000 naira out of your house, you will almost likely come home and wonder what you did because there's no value for the naira anymore. You can't buy anything. Transportation from point A to point B is almost off the roof. So a lot of people are going this alone. When some people, when you look back, a lot of, we live actually we live in a communal system, where not just your problem is your problem, your brother's problem is your problem. You discover that your father's uncle's problem, your auntie's brother, we have those distant relations, they're also your problem. Sometimes you are just there and somebody sending you a message, oh, that your father's brother's son is sick and you have to send a contribution. A friend of mine who's burying the dad next month in November just shared with me how his lot is 300,000 contribution for the burial. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, how are they asking you? How do they expect you to raise 300,000? From where? We are not working. The young man is not working, doesn't have a job. And you're asking him to bring 300,000 as his token for the contribution for his father's burial. So you can imagine this kind of a person who is already feeling depressed that he has no job. Then he has to come and raise 300,000. People are going through a whole lot of things. So I think 50 million is even an understatement because I don't know how they came about the statistics. I don't know if they went to the rural communities to do their mathematics or they're just the ones that are in the hospital that they know. There are a lot of people, much more than that. I think I would more likely say half of that, much more than, I mean, more than half of that rather is they are going through a lot of troubles in Nigeria. If you consider Lagos alone, I drive around the city of Lagos and I see the people who live under the people who are frustrated. You can tell these ones are frustrated type from the way they cross the road, from the way they get easily infuriated. When something happens, you can tell that people are frustrated. People are going through depression. People have mental illness, and guess what? Of different kinds. Different kinds spread abroad. So it's something that I don't know how we are going to do it, but I pray that I hope we will have sincere NGOs step up and see how they can mitigate this.
All right, thank you very, very much. Thank you for your time on here. Thank you for coming into the studio to share this submission. I've learned something from this broadcast today, and I bet that people out there too got something from your submission. Thank you very much. I wish you a productive week. Yes, and an amazing rest of the day. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ma. I appreciate.
All right, then. Now, to my Niger Watch family watching, thank you very much for being on this broadcast. It's been all day with me. Thank you for joining me in the morning for a newspaper review, and also this afternoon for the chat. Thank you very much. I very, very much appreciate your time, your presence, your submissions, and of course your donations, something that I have come to miss so much. What's happening, my people? Please do well to support us by clicking on the $ sign to the right. Yes, okay, Mute, what's up? How you doing? Yes, I can see that you're just coming, but how far? But the chat is from 1 to 3. We are not staying till 4 today. We have to go. Thank you to each and every one of you. Okay, Mute. Fist bump, fist bump, fist bump. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Michael Okere, Willie. Thank you, Sam Sky. Thank you to each and every one of you. Naomi Bella, Mommy Diaspora. Thank you very much. Please do well to follow our other programs. We have the newspaper review. We have the charts. Yes, the charts. We have discussions. We have Friday discussions is Monday through to Thursday, 5 p.m. Nigerian time. The debate is every Friday by 6 p.m. Newspaper review by yours truly is every Monday through to Saturday, 10 a.m. Nigerian time. And we have the chat, of course, the chat. The chat is 1 p.m. every Mondays and Wednesdays. Let's take this last comment from Sam Sky. It says, fellow youth, if you don't vote Peter Obi as Nigerian president 2023, I tell you, your monthly salary will be your one-day transport next year. Okay. Sam Sky. Oh, wow. Okay. Yes, guys, please, let's vote wisely. Yeah, so that really just changed the taste, because I don't know. I hope that doesn't become our reality. I really hope that doesn't. From the submission of the last caller, really, you leave your house with as much as 5,000-10,000 naira and nothing tangible, nothing tangible, nothing tangible. So please, the good people of Nigeria, let's vote wisely. Let's have that talk. This is not the time to settle for, okay, Mute, why you laugh? This is not the time to settle for 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 that is being given at the poll. Please, let's allow Nigeria with all of this ill act of us, this bribery, the corruption, the negligence, the I don't care attitude towards the concerns or issues of the country has brought the country to where it is. We need to heal the land and take it back. That's what we should be doing now. We have to come together. Each and every one of us, we are responsible for, getting Nigeria back on our feet. So please, ladies and gentlemen, let's do well. Let's put our hands together and, make Nigeria a better place again. Let's take it back to the country. Let's not even take it back to how it used to be. Let's do better than how it used to be. Thank you very much for joining me on this broadcast. I truly do appreciate you. Do not forget to join us by 5 p.m. Yes, do not forget. Kachi will be waiting. We'll be right here waiting for you by 5 p.m. So do well to tune in early enough. Thank you so very much. Until I come your way again tomorrow morning for our newspaper review. Stay well, take care of you, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Bye for now.